Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
Today's episode of The Mike O'Mara Show is brought to you by our bonus packages. Please go to MikeO'MaraShow.com and click on the bonus banner. You'll get access to all of our bonus content, and even better, you'll be helping out TMOS. So please quit sucking, and we thank you.
Available on demand every day in iTunes and the Google Play Store, and around the world on MikeO'MaraShow.com. What more can we do for you? It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee, true patriot love.
True patriot. That's more than I knew.
Blah, 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 blah. The monument, whatever. Oh, Canada, glorious and free.
Pretty good.
Yeah, not bad.
For not being Canadian.
Or is he?
Well, I got Canadian blood in me. I've got Canadian blood.
Well, then we got our eye on you then.
Yes.
Keep an eye on the mic this weekend, the enemy.
I will have a review of the city of Montreal and let everyone know just how fun it is. But we are here. And we are leaving rainy Maine to go to partly sunny Montreal. At least that's the way
Rainy Maine.
Where, proximity-wise, how far is Montreal and what is the...
3-day drive, Rob.
A 3-day drive? Excellent.
No, it's
By carriage.
It's 6 hours.
Okay.
Plus.
That's
So it's
nothing.
It's like the journey. It's like the journey for us up here. We like the journey. We're going on a route we haven't taken to take us through
A
most
road
of Maine.
less traveled?
It would not. I don't know. We will know when we get out there. We'll know if we run into like a moose or a bear or or a lumberjack or someone that says, "We'll pull over here and grease up."
Where is it in proximity to the States? It's close to the border, yeah?
What are you talking
Do you not
about?
know where
You're-
I don't know where
You're asking me mindless, unconcerned questions.
I don't know where Montreal is.
Montreal?
Where do you think it is deep in Canada?
Well, I don't think it's that deep in Canada. I'm thinking it's probably just above, say, Michigan. Is that about right?
No.
You're supposed to be smart.
Jesus Christ. Well, did you graduate from visa? What was you? Were you magna cum laude?
Absolutely.
Did you
but
cheat a lot?
I did not cheat at
What
all.
did you cheat? Were the standards remarkably low?
Mike, it is VCU. after all.
Montreal is above Michigan?
I didn't do geography.
If Montreal was above Michigan, it would be 30 hours for us to get there.
Okay, well then I guess it isn't. So the answer
What,
is
do you give
strong
any
no.
thought? You
You
are that geographically illiterate?
Well, no, not always. It's just, maybe I block Canada out because I hate it.
Well, Jesus Christ.
If you hate
come on.
something, you don't think about it.
That's right.
It's north of Vermont.
Okay. You see, that's all I needed.
No, it's not okay when you say Michigan and then you're like, okay, come on. It's about a 6-hour drive. It's a long drive from here, but it's a nice little,
Are your
trip
papers in order?
for the.
Here
believe
you
we
go,
have the
Rob.
passport.
This is the best.
There's the map.
See? It's really close.
Gives it
For
no
someone
thought.
that thinks they're going to invade, Montreal should be on your radar.
Okay, I got it. Those assholes.
You know what's amazing? There's not a week that goes
surreal.
by where I realize he's not as smart.
I don't know enough about the Finger
on.
Lakes, Mike. That's my Achilles heel.
Oh, the Finger Lakes are New York.
Yes,
The
but I don't
lovely
know enough about it.
thing. Well, what I knew about years ago when my nephew got married around those lakes were how incredibly crystal clear some of these lakes are and how beautiful they are. Like you can see to the bottom.
see
of
to the
these
bottom?
lakes. Phenomenal. It was
wow.
not I don't believe it was a Finger Lake per se, but it was in that general area, and it was Lake Skaneateles.
Oh, I've heard of Skaneateles.
And absolutely incredible.
Nice to have a woman.
And we went to that wedding on the same Skaneateles. Yes, Mrs. Skaneateles. Oscar's here for the date. Anyway.
That's the reason I don't know about Montreal is I had a skinny atlas.
Yes, thank you. Oh, he's got that there. That makes him happy. Duh. Anyway, so we went to my nephew's wedding, and my nephew now, who has both Eleanor and baby Charlotte, two absolutely gloriously beautiful children, and we went there, and you guys got just this hellacious thunderstorm that was like one of the worst in the history of the D.C. area. Yeah. It was horrible. It was not like the rain you got the other day. By the way, has the city recovered from that yet? There's still flooding in the streets. Like,
there's still
I didn't
repercussions.
realize when you guys all came in on, was it
Monday.
Tuesday?
Monday
Monday show? When you came in Monday and you're all covered and you're all talking about I had no idea. You guys, you practically undersold it. You were all talking about the weather, but I had no idea that the gates of hell had opened up in Washington, D.C.
It was another great example of our crumbling infrastructure where there were literally waterfalls in the metro, underground in the subway, and there was flash flooding on the city streets where people, like cars were being taken
Old
out.
Town Alexandria, out of the blue.
Oh, underwater.
Yeah.
Like pow.
Yeah.
Like amazing. Well, and now, of course, our friends down in New Orleans, we have to say to them, Godspeed, because you're getting whacked and you're going to get flooded again. Just terrible. It's God's way of saying, you elected who? No, I'm sorry. No, I'm not blaming Donald Trump for that. You can't.
Well, actually, you would in that case, you would have been blaming God, not Donald Trump. And that's even worse.
Yeah, how dare he?
This is one of the biggest, most successful floods I've ever seen in my life. This is a very
fish
strong
in the street. Sad
fishes, big fish, successful fish,
Big fish.
a fish that can survive in a street where there once was a stream. Is very, very successful.
Sad.
Super
Sad,
successful.
right? Sad.
Yeah, and some of them, of course, the water recedes and they die. Sad. But I want to say I was not drinking last night, ladies and gentlemen, when I wrote the nice post about my team. I felt compelled to do that, and I'm trying to think. Something motivated me to write that, but I actually don't remember what it was. Because when I watch something on the tube that inspires me, sometimes I lay it out there, but I don't remember what it was.
Was it Wheel of Fortune?
I know what it was.
Huh.
I know what it was. It was the King's Speech.
Great movie.
And Oscar and Rob helped me with my stutter when I first started doing it. That's not true.
All the profanities.
I watched The King's Speech last night.
It's a
again,
great movie.
And
Love it.
One of the great, truly,
Still holds up.
when you go back and look at a movie like that, you say, man, that was a wonderful, wonderful movie. But it's about,
Bob, that was in England.
Would
Not close to the United States.
It's just above
Across
Michigan,
the
right?
Atlantic.
That's right.
you like to tell me which king it was?
George, wasn't it?
Yes, very good. See?
Yeah.
And who was King George? Any facts about King George?
He was known as the most dapper king of all time. He was a great
Founded
dresser.
Burger King.
No, the father of Queen Elizabeth.
I see. I did not know that.
Ooh, I did.
One lives, one
And
learns.
why was he king?
The royal blood. He was born into it. I don't know.
You're you have the best grade point average of anybody in this room.
Speaks well
Supposedly.
of VCU, doesn't it?
His brother David abdicated the throne after his father died because he was marrying the Baltimore slut.
A commoner. He married a commoner.
Not only a commoner, but a twice divorced commoner who was known as a woman of questionable character.
Was she really from Baltimore?
She was from Baltimore.
Mrs.
Wallace Simpson of Baltimore, who not only was twice divorced, but she was rumored to have had dalliances with other men.
Ooh.
And back in that day, pre-World War II, that was kind of frowned upon.
How would you like to leave the throne?
Well, everyone gets divorced.
How would you like to leave the throne and come marry me? But I'm done messing around with other men now, so just leave the throne and marry me.
The lane you travel in, Mr. Spiewak, is it's just so small. It's such a tiny little lane. It's a little lane with all the same
called Natty
street
Bro.
signs.
I can bring you a six-pack.
We
So
turned it
what?
into
I've been
our
with a lot of other men. I've been with a lot of other men.
Yeah.
It was
They're
just
on another
about
coast.
the King's Speech was about adversity, and I thought about yesterday when the gods of Comcast had boned us. And really, it's nice when nobody peeps about it, and everybody has to linger 3 hours later than they normally would. Nobody says a word. We just do it, and we just did the show. And sometimes I value that, and I think that's a good thing. So I wanted to pass it along, and I meant it. So I have
nice
a very,
of you.
very good.
And you
very,
missed
very good
your kid's concert.
Yes, and I never watched
Michael.
the video where he conducted the concert again, and he has his little baton. I wonder if they've left yet. Hey, Carla, can I see Michael? Can Michael come in here, please?
Oh,
Let's put Michael on this show.
So what was the venue of this concert?
Because
he wasn't supposed to be in it. He was
There's a
in the
school.
round?
There's a music school up here that they have for I think June and most of July that they
Piney
they
Knot
recruit
School of Music.
no, it's not Piney Knot. It's the Pierre Montour School of Music. And
If you've ever saw the movie Fame was based on this.
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah,
Flash
and they
dance.
gave him a baton, a conducting wand, or
I
whatever
love
it's
those.
called.
With the handle on the end. It's a baton.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a baton.
I thought
Michael,
I thought a baton
Come here.
was something that you twirl around.
It is also that. It's also what you pass in a relay race.
Okay.
and is it also what the conductor uses?
Yes.
I feel like that's a
absolutely.
wand.
I think the synonym for it would be stick.
Look it up, Pony. You got
Hold
a
on a
computer in
second.
front
Let
of
me see
you.
what's going
Yeah,
on.
of course.
Mike, oh, here he comes. All right.
Now on, Pony, if we don't know an answer, you find it out.
Yeah.
That'll take
years
Come on in
forever.
here, buddy.
Eight
Find
years
out where
later.
Montreal
No,
is,
no,
if
no.
you
I
would.
want you to come in.
Give me coordinates.
Come here, just say hello to everybody. Why are you going here? Why are you being?
Oh, he doesn't
he's
want
dry
to go to
today.
camp.
Oops, I dropped the
It's
wand.
because
They're leaving.
no, it's not that. It's that he's played the big room now. He doesn't want to do
I'll
this
have
show.
to
yeah,
step so
yeah.
you can say hi to everybody. Okay.
Hi, Michael.
Hi, Michael.
Woo! Woo! Woo!
Hi.
Woo!
How you been?
Woo!
Good,
How was the concert yesterday?
right?
Did you
Wanna show everybody-
recognize
hold
any
it up and
songs?
Show everybody your baton. Hold it up.
Oh,
that's
pretty
cool.
You wanna
cool.
conduct the guys?
Yeah. Perfect. Look at that.
He-
You can bake the
he's
turkey with that thing.
Like a Harry Potter kid.
Yeah, I like that.
Kathy,
Yeah.
you looking forward to that?
Excited
What
for
else do you wanna-
church?
Well, they're talking to you. What was that?
You
boy?
excited for church, little Michael?
Yeah.
Just because someone asks to shake your hand at church doesn't mean you have to do it.
What are you doing?
You
What?
gave
Don't
a-
touch my computer like that, please. Why are you being? Ow!
Oh,
That
ow.
hurt. That hurt.
Right on video.
You stabbed Daddy with the baton.
You got it on
So you
video.
tired? Oh, come on, just say hi. Say hi to our listeners.
Hi.
Hi.
I already said hi.
Can you
All
say
right,
bye, duties?
Okay.
I miss him.
Okay.
They grew up so
we'll
fast,
miss
Mike.
you.
They grew up
All
so
right,
fast.
Anyway.
Does that make departure a little easier? When you get a baton right up your nose?
Sure as S does. Jeez. Oh, God.
Is your face okay? I saw you took a
Yeah,
nasty
you took a
hit
blow.
with
No,
the
I'm
baton. Things will be better once you get that boy to church.
Pony, what's it called?
You were right. It's a baton, and there's one other use you missed. It's for beating people.
Oh,
So
And
there
you know
you
what?
go.
It comes from the French baton, which does mean stick. Because baton rouge means red stick.
See, you know that. That's
Yeah.
the stuff. You don't know where Montreal is,
yeah, what
but you
about
know Red Stick.
Moulin Rouge.
Moulin Rouge, that's something that's a red Moulin.
Red Mulan. A Red Mulan like the movie from Disney?
Yes, one of the princesses.
What is, I would love to know the definition of Moulin Rouge. It's something,
Pony.
it's the red,
Something.
it's the red something. What a Mulan is.
Yes.
It was a nightclub.
Sounds like a cookie.
right?
Because actually, I do know this, is that the
Yeah.
the city that became Baton Rouge was marked in the ground by a red stick, and the French called it Baton Rouge. And that is why.
Baton Rouge. So Mulan would be, I'm thinking this is good discussion because I'm going to a French-speaking city.
Yes.
So that's exciting. For
You
me.
didn't
I'm
take
very-
French. What did you take a language? You took Spanish.
Spanish.
Yeah, I took French for 3
From
years.
the primary teacher of Spanish was Senor Williams, who would come in every year at the beginning of the year, and he said, "I got this from Mexico." And he'd go to Mexico every year, and God knows what he was doing down there. but
I
he'd
think
bring
we
back
know.
stuff. I
Donkey-
got these crafts from Mexico,
Yeah,
and he'd show and tell in his, and it was Senor Williams. He was kind of goofy, and I remember it.
Did you ever come in and
those-
say, I had a wonderful summer. I went and saw the donkey show. And here are some photographs.
A place called Tijuana.
Has anybody found out what Mulan in our crack
Pony.
staff? Have they found out what Mulan means?
There doesn't appear to be any definitions other
Right,
than that
Pony.
it's a
There's no
cabaret.
definition of it.
The cabaret.
There's no
The,
definition.
the only thing I've found for Mulan is a cavity formed by a glacier.
Oh.
And rouge is red.
So-
So I guess a red hole.
Well,
Right.
if you ever
So
saw the
that's
showgirls there,
Let me
I think you
look,
understand.
Let me look.
the red, you know what? It's like the Red Cave.
I hope that's what it is.
You love nightclubs,
Probably-
don't you, Pony? Classic turn of the
probably-
century
Oh, yeah.
nightclubs.
You probably didn't spell it correctly.
How did you spell it?
Moulin.
That's exactly right. Wah wah, Mulan. Did you try Google Translate?
You would look up.
I just did.
You would look up the movie, and then you would look up the.
Yeah,
spelling.
see, what I was getting was the movie
I understand what
and
he's
the
saying
cabaret.
because they're not giving you a literal definition. It just says it's a cabaret. I know it's a cabaret in Paris. Oh, no.
I finally broke it down to mill. I think it means red mill.
Mill?
Red Mill.
Yeah.
Red Mill of Dance.
Yeah, because it's got a mill. It's got a windmill.
It's a hooker mill.
Also a movie.
Hooker mill.
Mulan.
Yeah, we've
The
been there.
original
The
house
Disney
which
princess,
burned.
yeah.
Hold on. The original house which burned down in 1915 was co-founded in 1889 by Charles Zidler and
he's very
Joseph
good.
Euler. All right, and it was a red mill. So Moulin is a mill.
Red Mill of Legs, Mike.
A Moulin Rouge.
Legs
red
and stockings.
Mill expresses the French for red mill.
Who are
so
the-
Moulin
Fascinating.
Rouge is red mill.
Who
Thank
were
you.
the four, I guess, at that point, A-list, maybe still today. We had Pink, we had Christina Aguilera.
Oh, in the movie, not in
the movie,
1915. I
yes.
thought you were
The
trying to
Pink
figure.
was not in Moulin Rouge.
She was not?
No, she
No.
did, but I
She
think
did
she
the
was
music video.
the video though for Voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir.
Oh, okay. She did the music video,
Hit
the
record,
actual
yes,
movie.
yes.
The actual movie, and Rob, you know, because I was going through that tragic time in my personal life where I brought the entire crew to my apartment in New York one night to watch Moulin Rouge because I was literally coming apart, and nobody was, nobody told me I was coming apart. But it starred Nicole Kidman
Correct.
and oh God, who was the Ethan?
No, he played. He's the guy who played young Obi-Wan Ben Kenobi in the Star Wars prequels.
I'm bringing it on. Hold on.
But I do remember. I do remember it was.
God, my mind is slowing. My mind is slowing.
I do remember-
can't remember where I'm going.
We'd finish our midday show on WNEW, and you'd put your arm around me and you'd say, "How'd you like to come over to the place and watch a movie tonight?"
No, I would not. That's not true.
That is a low point in life, Mike. That means you wanted to hang with people, and all you want to do is be alone.
Yeah.
No, I wanted to hang because
got
I
it.
was alone in
Yes.
New York. Okay.
Ewan McGregor.
That's
Ewan
it.
McGregor. Ewan McGregor.
John
not even
Leguizamo.
Ewan McGregor. Yep, fantastic. He played Toulouse-Lautrec
Ooh.
in Moulin Rouge.
Jim
it was-
Broadbent.
Jim Broadbent played Zidler, and it was just I loved it. I loved Moulin Rouge. It was a wonderful, wonderful time.
It was not a wonderful day. You were also at that time wearing your Imus headphones.
for a very brief period of time where I didn't put them over my head.
Yes, they look like stethoscopes.
And spending a lot of time alone in what is a very good solo city, New York City.
Yes.
A good city to be alone in. And
Lots of
you know,
hookers.
just well, no, I never got hookers, for the love of God.
Pink.
But it was
Christina Aguilera, Little Kim, and Maya, Mike.
Maya,
I know
that's
it was
who it was.
bothering us.
But
What do you
it
mean
was,
a good city to be alone in?
when I say this to people, I was going through the death throes of my
terrible.
second marriage,
Jesus.
and we were commuting from Washington D.C. to New York City. We would do a week in Washington and a week in New York City, and it was probably a trying time for most of us. I think Rob would speak to that better.
Oh,
than
there
I
was
would,
so
but I-
much. There was so much time away. It was.
but
It
there
was really tough.
It was not fun. It was not fun, and
well, you know what I recall. I recall
dancing. I'll be honest. I can talk about it. Dancing a one man schedule. Really, as far
that's
as,
the best.
Don thought it was a really good idea to go up there every other week, and we did. And you know what? We had some good times up there. But for me, it was a very difficult time because I was having trouble in my personal life. But when I say it's a good alone city, I talk about a story of getting off the air. We would be 11 to 3. Is that right?
Exactly
Was that the
right.
schedule? 3 o'clock, going down to Times Square, buying a single ticket to the play Chicago that was on Broadway at the time.
you go to the booth
And-
that just says tickets, and you can buy
Yeah.
like single tickets, get them cheaper
That's
day of.
fantastic.
That was
And
so cool.
all of us, I think, did the solo thing once in a while where we'd say, anybody want to do this or that? I said, no, I'm doing this, or no, I'm doing this. And we'd go off and do our own thing, many of us. And I went to a Broadway show, Chicago. I got a great seat the same day, single ticket that you could get down in Times Square. And then I'm coming out of the theater, and I'm walking down the street, and there was a cabaret down there that had the Duke Ellington Orchestra being conducted by Duke Ellington's grandson. And there was a second show at 10:30 at night.
Oh.
And I remember saying, yeah, I'll drop in and watch this. And so I saw, by my onesies, it was a Tuesday, Wednesday night. Wednesday they're dark, I think. I'm not sure. Or
We
Wednesday
usually did Thursday, Friday, so it was probably a Thursday night.
Yeah, well, we also did full weeks there.
Yeah, we did eventually. Yeah,
we
you're
had multiple full weeks. And so I went down, and then I saw this by myself, and I said, you know what? There's no other city in the middle of the week in the world where you could have that kind of an evening, and that's New York, and that's what I say about New York. If you want to go somewhere where it's always going, always rocking,
there's always something to do.
That's New York.
There
City,
was a
and
night
it's
that we saw
spectacular.
a show, and then we walked in and saw Herbie Mann in a small place. I mean,
Right.
it was another great evening. It was just
We went to see Rob and I went to see Cabaret with Brooke Shields.
oh, that was great.
Did we not go to see
Yeah,
that?
and
And
it was
at the old Studio 54.
They converted the old nightclub
wow.
into a Broadway show.
They
I saw
converted
that
the
show
old night
twice.
show, and I remember there's a scene right
Legs
at the beginning.
for days. Oh, my God.
Actually, legs for days.
Adding-
That was said in the 1930s. They would say
They don't
that
need
in
that
the
in our lives.
1930s.
You disagree
And
with
they
me when you
came
saw
out-
Brooke Shields' legs?
Well, no, she was gorgeous, and she comes out, and the dancers are getting ready to perform, and so they're all doing their stretching, and it's mesmerizing because
is.
they're beautiful. And it was a great show, and New York, everybody. Look, I said this to my daughter when she moved to New York City. Everyone should have the opportunity to spend a significant amount of time in
Yep.
that city. There's no other city in the world like it, and so that's what. But in the meantime, I would get off the plane or the train going back home and realize, well, here's my life. Not going too well. And throw in a major horrific terrorist attack
Oh, my God.
Oh, there
at
was
the
that,
same
yeah.
time. And I would not reflect on that being the happiest time in my life. It was very, very difficult.
But there were
and
isolated
very
moments that
scary.
were pretty great. I will always remember going to see Spider-Man with you in Times Square.
Where
and
we
then-
both liked it.
and
Yeah,
it was
I was
the
not
first
looking
one.
forward to it, but I figured, what the hell, let's go see it.
And then
another
leaving-
thing in the middle of the day.
Leaving a Times Square movie theater into Times Square when you've just watched a movie that's climaxed
Set
in
in
Times
Times
Square.
Square.
It's
Yeah,
an
pretty cool.
amazing thing.
Yeah.
Pretty fabulous, and then
Into a limousine with the windows rolled up and a cigar burning.
Yeah. Oh, the secondhand smoke we endured there.
The worst.
But it was. Let me just say this though about New York City and the people that everybody talks about. When you hear about these first responders in New York City, it's a completely different culture, unlike any other culture in the United
You're right.
States of America, with the way these people respond and the heroes that they have down there. That's why when Jon Stewart was speaking before Congress and talking about supporting these first responders, it is so moving to me because we witnessed it.
Yeah.
We saw the men and the women covered in dust coming down from Ground Zero, covered in dust, covered in the dust of the World Trade Center. And it was, I'll never forget it as long as I live. And that city will always, have deep meaning for me
too.
because of that. And, and I grew up as a kid because my Aunt Mary, she lived down there. And so we spent a lot of time in New York City as well. But if you get a chance, and you're a young person, you're out there and you have an opportunity just to give New York a shot, spend some time in New York City. You will not regret it. It is absolutely worth all your time. And even it's tough if you're doing the tourist thing. I really believe that.
Yeah, but
it's
you know
tough
what?
if you're going to pop in and you're going to go see the Empire State Building and you're going to go to Times Square and then you're going to go home.
Even the jive thing of where you get on a bus early in the morning, like in December, and they bus you up and drop you off at Grand Central, and you've got 12 hours in the city, then you take the bus back home. To be in New York at Christmas time, it's an energy and an excitement you've never felt anywhere else.
Yep.
And although that's not the best
I had
way,
my mom come down and I had my kids with me. It's great.
it's not the best way to do it, but it's better than not ever seeing it. It's very exciting.
Now, if you want to talk about the radio career in New York City, I can describe that with not necessarily words, but a sound.
Yes.
Opie and Anthony 1, Don and Mike 0. Next, please. Next. They won. But you know what? Things happen. That's
do.
the way it rolls,
Yes,
they
ladies
do.
and gentlemen. So other than that, S&D, let's move forward and onward and upward. I love New York. Thank you very much, Rob.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. You can listen to the Mike O'Mara Show at www.mikeomarashow.com.
Stay tuned for an outstanding entertainment program.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Let's get down to business.
From the entertainment capital of the world.
Sit down, my friend. What are you looking at? What's wrong? You look good in that tupa. Some people don't, but you do. It's flattering to you.
Thanks.
So, is this what you thought it would be?
Thought what would be? Where am I? Is this heaven?
No, it isn't heaven.
Is it hell?
No, it isn't hell either. Actually, there is no hell. Although I hear Los Angeles is getting pretty close. Let me tell you what's going on. When you're born into this universe, you're in it for a long, long time. And after each lifetime, there's an examining period, which you're in now. You see, every second of every lifetime is always recorded. And as each one ends, we sort of look at it. And then if everybody agrees, you move forward.
What do you mean move forward?
I mean move forward, continue onward. The point of this whole thing is to keep getting smarter, to keep growing, to use as much of your brain as possible. For example, I use 48% of my brain. Do you know how much you use?
47?
3.
I'm sorry?
3.
I use 3% of my brain?
Yes, don't worry about it. Everybody on Earth uses 3% of their brain. 3 to 5%. That's why they're there.
You mean nobody on Earth uses more than that?
When you use more than 5% of your brain, you don't want to be on Earth, believe me. Well, not that your takeout places aren't lovely, but there are many more exciting destinations for smarter people. Now, being from Earth as you are and using as little of your brain as you do, your life has pretty much been devoted to dealing with fear.
It has?
Well, everybody on Earth deals with fear. That's what little brains do.
What are little brains?
That's what we call you folks behind your back. Forgive me.
This is Wade Byard, the Public Information Officer for Loudoun County Public Schools. The Mike O'Mara Show has decided to start now. Please make all necessary arrangements to listen. This is the Mike O'Mara Show with Mike O'Mara, Robb Spiewak, and Oscar Santana. And now, without further delay, here's Mike O'Mara.
We are live from the Podcast Village Studios in the nation's capital, Washington, D.C. This is the Mike O'Mara Show, the Mike O'Mara Show, or TMOS to our friends, a worldwide podcast and radio show with a family of listeners who are unrivaled in their love and support for their program. If you are a first-timer, sit back, relax, and prepare to be entertained. And for our longtime friends, thank you from the bottom of our hearts for spreading the word every day about TMOS. From Vladimir, Russia to Isle of Springs, Maine. From Lee's Summit, Missouri to Coinjock, North Carolina. From Yountville, California to Cunbellenvock, Wales. The Mike O'Mara Show is on now and brought to you by Cornerstone. Summertime, the temperature's rising, but conversely, mortgage rates are falling. And now to talk about Cornerstone is the disc jockey with ad noise.
Oh, good.
Yes, that means it's a perfect time to call Cornerstone First Financial. Yes, low rates, baby, and Cornerstone can save you big bucks. So, whether you're buying a house or refinancing or just want to get a little cash in hand, the people at Cornerstone don't mind me fooling around with their commercials once in a while. That's why I'm doing this silly voice and telling you to make it a great summertime.
Would you like some apple juice?
No, thank you, brother. You've got to act right now while the market is still on your side. Call Cornerstone. Do it. Here's the best part. The folks at Cornerstone First Financial are TMOS listeners. Just like you.
Just like you.
Name's Norm. If you don't understand the intricacies of high finance, no sweat. They do, and they'll take care of you, Mary. Trust the friends of TMOS. Sooner or later, inflationary pressure... Oh, it burns!
Just like you.
We'll push these rates back up to realistic levels, so this won't last. Act now. Cornerstone is licensed in California, Maryland, Virginia, D.C., Georgia, Florida, and Colorado. Click their banner on our website, visit cornerstonefirst.com, or call them at 866-625-1221. That's 866-625-1221. Cornerstone First Financial. Personal attention from application to closing.
Thank you. I forget, was his name Marcus or Michael?
I don't remember.
I do love the voice.
Very good. Do we have my daughter's number in the system?
We do. We do, as a matter of fact.
Can we give her a belated birthday call?
Will she be awake?
You know, she might be
got
off
a
today.
job.
She might not be working today, so she we'll see what happens. But I hope she's.
Let's see.
Do the
What happens?
Do the bones or the, I guess, archaeological finds?
Oh no!
Artifacts.
Thank you.
We'll leave them.
They can wait for the weekend, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
God damn it!
Everybody's waiting for the weekend.
It is Friday.
Hold on a
Friday.
second. I'm going to text her. Let
Friday.
me text her and tell her you're on this.
Hi, you've reached Lizzie.
Okay.
You want me to text her, Mike? I got her number.
Yeah, text her.
All right,
Text
I got you.
And,
This whole thing, that needs
he
to
does
stop.
That.
I know.
He does that. You know, what is it with those daughters? You know, when are they going to get into that habit of waking up at a decent hour?
That comes when you
Carla.
get a little older. I mean, she could have been on an
Carla's
all-night.
packing for Canada, and so she's running
Don't forget
back
your
and
bras.
forth. Oh, yeah, sorry, no bra. You blew it.
No, you.
I thought we were gonna have a big reveal. Rip the Band-Aid right off.
Yeah, well,
No
sorry,
reveal
but
at
you
all.
have a big reveal. You have a big reveal if it's positive.
That's true.
I'm not pleased.
Hi,
I'm not
Elizabeth.
happy at all.
It's your friend Oscar.
Could have been a late night dig, Mike. Maybe she's sleeping in after a late
Well,
night
no, I think
dig.
she was a late night birthday party, is what it
Oh.
was. Because
And
her
she-
birthday's a couple of days ago.
22?
Yesterday, 11/22 yesterday.
Oh, that's nice. Happy birthday,
22, my
Lizzie.
middle child. So let's see what happens. See if we can get her sleepy. She might have had a very late night because it was her birthday night, and I believe she was taking today off. So this
Well,
is
can we
probably ruining.
while we do this, can we briefly discuss how the listeners blew it, but maybe we blew it as well?
Oh,
Well,
so
tell
we're,
me how.
we're sharing
all
the
right,
blame?
So we are Oscar. I don't mind giving them the number.
Yes.
we are 59 tickets short of a sellout.
Sellout!
So there are 59 tickets left for the Saturday show in
Saturday
Las
show,
Vegas.
yes.
November 16th.
So you know, when we say it on the commercials, it will sell out. Yes, it will. Those tickets will go. The first show sold out in 2.5 days. The second show that we added, as we knew, would take a
little
bit
longer.
longer
Sometimes,
to
yeah.
do that. But but you know me, I'm impatient. And then
What?
We had the great idea. I had the great Carla. Let's sexploit Carla, and I said she'll model her Third Love bra if we sell
It helps
out. Let's just
everyone.
do
It helps everyone.
does.
It's kind of fun.
Now, what
So,
day did you come up with this? I have it on my calendar as Wednesday of this week.
Wednesday of this week?
Sounds about right.
Yes. So Wednesday, 2 days ago, you came up with this. Like, look, let's just get this over with. I know what's going to move the meter, right?
Right.
Yeah,
Why
Wednesday.
I should go running so much? So
Activewear.
activewear. So
Canada.
I have been tracking, and to Carla, a big thank you, for going along with this. It's been
They're saying thank you, Carla.
and thank the girls for us personally,
Everybody
Mike.
for offering up your body for our listenership. Thank you. She says you're welcome.
Thank you.
She's a
You
good
want to
one.
lean in and say hello for a minute, please? This is Travel Friday. Everybody's leaning in and
Travel Friday.
saying hello.
Hi,
Hi,
guys.
Carla.
Hi, Carla. How are you?
They let us down. Not your girls, but our listeners.
No, you came to play, and we appreciate that.
Thank you so
I
much.
did.
59 tickets short.
I'm disappointed.
But you moved the meter.
You
Or
did.
They moved the meter.
All right. All right. Get
Okay.
out. Kidding.
Hey, pack extra
Looking forward
socks.
to 6 hours with you in a car. What?
She'll be driving, right?
Mike, we did.
Yeah, she'll be driving. I'll be doing what I always do. Much like an Irish setter, I will be hanging my head out the window and
Tongue
just like
out.
going.
So this is
Pine trees.
Do what?
right, yeah.
I like what my kids do, Mike, when they're riding in the car. Just read signs as you go by them.
Yeah, out loud. Every sign.
Every sign.
this is where we did Dirk a disservice. And because I know he was as excited as all of us to see the show.
Yes, of course.
Is that on Wednesday you set the scene to get this done, and then as we forgot, and maybe this lands on me as well, we have a long tail of listeners.
This
Yeah,
is
we do.
true. This is true.
Of listenership. So yesterday in the middle of the night when I'm checking ticket sales, I'm like,
It goes kaboom. Right.
you just see this, what is a hockey stick.
Right.
Of people catching up, be like, "Oh my God, I gotta get
Yeah.
on this."
I understand.
But they had 2 days. Is 2 days enough, Mike?
But that's the rules. Those are the rules. I set.
Them the rules.
Well, I would have to ask Mrs.
So we get
O'Mara.
Frankie topless.
How about
it's
if
not topless? It's not. It's modeling the Third Love bra.
we could bring in
We
another
asked Carla.
sponsor? What if
What's up?
say a sellout by close of business on Wednesday of next week.
Ooh, long tail. Long tail.
Matt Ponyboy Bloom in his me undies.
And a bra. I'll do both.
Don't get funny.
No, that's what he wants.
He wants.
Does he have me? Does he have me undies?
We can get him me undies. Absolutely.
He's good. He's good.
All right. If you sell up by Wednesday,
close
Pony
of
comes
business,
in and is interviewed in his me undies.
Yes, and they're clingy.
Is it a onesie? Can we get him a onesie?
Yeah, but this is look. That's
what.
Our listenerships are mostly male. Now, they may have proclivities to men. Who knows? It's up to them.
Pony has a very feminine form.
Yeah, I'm androgynous.
Actually, you kind of are. If you shave that beard, you could be one of the Spice Girls.
All right, I'll tell you what. We'll figure something out, but did you say by close of business Wednesday?
COB Wednesday, Eastern time.
That's Tuesday. That's Tuesday.
I think to
we'll
come
do
up
it on
with,
whatever we're going to do. We do on the show Wednesday.
Yeah, well, how about we noodle it over the weekend? I think.
And
we're
I'll
rushing
talk to
into
Carla and see if we can bend.
Yeah, but don't distract her while she's driving.
I won't. Hey, Carla, would you be willing to do it Wednesday? She said no.
I thought I heard yes.
No.
I was really ready to do it today.
Right.
I'm very disappointed.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe next time.
Yeah, next time.
Ticket interruptus.
You snooze, you lose.
They snost and lost.
That's it. That's
Snost and lost?
Well, I have to make it rhyme.
All right, can we try Elizabeth one more time, please?
Yes.
Yeah, Pony.
Let's try my daughter and see if there's any chance. I know she had a big birthday celebration, so this might be
the phone
very
is being
painful.
dialed right now by Dull Spice.
My text is, "Hi, Elizabeth. It's Oscar, your father's friend. Your father wants to call you on the show."
Your father's friend.
Wow. I mean, these phones
she
she
replies
attached at the hip.
No call, no show.
All right.
Hi, Oscar. It's Elizabeth, your friend's daughter.
I'll leave a message.
I'm in airplane mode.
No, I already told her. That's all right. All right. Kids in their 20s. They don't care. Anyway, and we're taping early today, so that's
My kids in their teens don't care either. Kids don't care.
very frustrating. Very, very frustrating.
Why set yourself up, Mike?
Happy birthday, belated, on the show. I called her
Let's not
yesterday
sully this.
and spoke to her, and we had a birthday party for her when she was up here. We had a celebration.
Cake, the whole deal, right?
Did we? I think we did. Anyway, I'm getting old. We'll take a break, and we will come back with more.
You certainly
my
did
birthday
last
weekend.
year, yes.
We will take a break and come back with more fun and more thrills on the Mike O'Mara Show as you listen to the song stylings of Ringo Starr. One of his big hits, didn't have as many as the Beatles, Photograph, WDRC.
Every time I see your face.
This week on the Mike O'Mara Bonus Show.
This is exciting. This is on your bonus yaks, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, this is Phil Ham. And this is Michael Ham. We're with Jake Ham. We're the Vienna Hams. The original Vienna Hams. And guess what's about to happen? It's 4th of July.
Oh, my God.
You're the emblem of the land I love, the home of the free and the... Woo! Thanks.
Can you make that into a promo, please?
The Mike O'Mara Bonus Show. Because 5 hours a week just ain't enough. Always available at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, brought to you by Kiwi Co. How would you like to raise a little genius? Would you like to do that?
I'd love it.
Would you like a subscription box for kids that helps them to change the world? You're going to love Kiwi Co. I love them. Kiwi Co. creates cool projects for kids to make learning about STEAM, which is science, technology, engineering, art, and math, fun. Michael absolutely loves his, and he gets a new box every month. This is not just a toy.
No.
Each box is designed by experts, tested by kids, with 7 lines to choose from. Kiwi Co. is great for kids of all ages. It is a convenient, affordable way to encourage your children to be anything they want to be. These are, you know what I realized in this commercial, Mr.
What's that?
Spiewak?
What's that?
We don't tell them what it is. We don't tell them what this is. This is not just, the projects are... Yes, they are science-based projects and they are building-based projects, but they do involve something you can put together, but it also helps you learn about all these wonderful things.
And it's something that's fun you can play with. I mean,
You
really,
can play
you need
with
to
as
go
well.
to the scope is so large, you really need to go to the website and see the options. But really, whether you're 2 or 22, you're going to enjoy this. This is fun stuff.
No commitment, and you can cancel anytime. Monthly options start at $19.95 per month. Our listeners can go to kiwico.com/TMOS to get their first month free. Every day counts when it comes to making a difference, so don't miss out on this amazing opportunity. Again, go to kiwico.com/TMOS and get your first month free. That's kiwico.com/TMOS, and we thank you. Woo! Now, sorry we weren't able to get through to my daughter. That bums me out a little bit. Let's open a door now and visit with someone we haven't checked in with lately. It's Robb's World, ladies and gentlemen, to find out what's happening in the world of Robb, because you said there was something going on you wish to bring to the show today. Take it away, Mr. Spiewak.
Well, we get interns from all colleges all across the country. This is true. We actually list our internships at over 200 colleges. But
over the years, it's expanded a lot more. We have more people popping in, and we love that. It's great.
But most of our interns historically have come from George Mason University, based on its proximity to the station. It's our podcast village. They're right in Fairfax, Virginia. And one of the reasons we get so many from Mason is that the guy that runs the radio studies there, Roger Smith, allows me to come in once a semester and talk to his classes, which is always fun, and I think he enjoys not having to teach that day. So we go in and, and I talk about what we do here and explain how the internship is very valuable.
Big win.
How it was my start in radio, and you too can be.
It's kind of a backhanded compliment you just gave him, really. I mean, and he enjoys not having to teach.
It was a joke. It was a joke.
Friends. They're friends.
He's a good guy.
Yeah.
So he calls me a couple months ago and he says,
friends like that, who needs enemies?
He says over the summer.
We don't build up, Mike. We tear down.
He teaches, but the building up is the part we enjoyed. The tearing down is necessary.
Saying, hey, our intern program is great from George Mason because the teacher's lazy.
Lazy bones.
Okay, go ahead.
So he says, I do a radio camp for youngsters over the summer. Would it be possible for them to come by Podcast Village and see what you talk about? I said, absolutely. So we picked 2 days, and next Wednesday he'll come in again, but he brought in 8 kids, I believe, this past Wednesday, and it was very, very cool. Now, one thing is...
You make it sound like they're 8. They're college students.
No, they're kids.
They're children.
Yeah. They range from age 9 to 14.
Yeah.
Oh, that's even better. That's fun, and they're interested in radio.
All of them are in this radio camp. I said, what have you done so far this week? They said... We all made our own podcast. I said, Jesus Christ, everybody has a podcast.
That's wonderful.
It's so
That's
early. The
terrific.
exposure is priceless.
Yeah, I mean,
they must be wide-eyed when they see our facility because it is pretty impressive.
They marveled at it. And you know what? What's great is Roger from GMU, he's a radio guy too from way back, so he loves seeing the facility and what we've done, and especially with the addition of what we call Studio C, where Angie Goff does her video podcast. It's literally gorgeous. It looks like the set of The View. And so when you bring these kids in here and you show them the high-def video cameras and all the ways that we can hook up in the 3 studios with 3 different looks. And
Would it be possible to get a roving camera one day on this show and take a little video tour of Podcast
We actually
Village?
had a great conversation last week, Mike, because somebody said, when is Mike coming through? And I said, I don't know. I'm hoping in calendar year 2019 because we have some options.
And when they said coming through, it was in quotation marks because they meant actually like going to the other side.
Oh. And I said
passing through, passing away.
And somebody said we should have a full marketing video of all of these studios. We've been so busy.
Can you imagine
Can
you imagine doing like the Jackie Kennedy tour of the studios like they did at the White House in 1960?
This room over here is where Charlie Burney runs his empire. These $10,000 windows were bought by. All right, yeah, I understand. That's an
I
old
know
Von
exactly
Meter
what
bit
a gift from the Duke and Duchess.
Yes, this football that has come crashing through the $10,000. That's a great bit. That bit still is funny to me.
You may hear it on Monday. And speaking of which, but it was very nice to have those youngsters come in here. And I have to also, I mean, everybody is so supportive of.
Didn't you have? I'm sorry. Didn't you have a question and answer segment?
Yeah, it was great.
Okay,
but before that, I have to thank Charlie Burney, who is the grand poobah of Podcast Village, who is so he embraces the kids coming in.
I hate it.
Oscar walked through the tour group and literally between me and the children. I said, "Hey, here's one of our founders. This is Oscar Santa." Hey, glad to see you. Glad to see you.
I said, "Listen to this, whatever this man tells you." I literally kept walking.
Yeah, his
Do you
sport
show them
jacket.
the refrigerator?
I did. I said, and one of the greatest questions, little kids, 9 years old, why is there so much beer in the refrigerator? and I look at Roger, who's on the tour with us, and his eyes are way up into the right at that point. And I say, well, I will be perfectly honest with you, young guys, is that sometimes when people come here, usually as guests on shows, they're a little nervous. And sometimes if they have something to drink, it calms them down. And you'll find this out when you're 21.
A true alcoholic.
Yeah. I mean, really, that's normal. Like talking about what they used to do on the Tonight Show 40 years ago. So we get the guests drunk, kids, and that's what you should do.
I never said drunk. I just said take the edge off, and I said
you take the edge off to a 9-year-old.
And well, some of them
the 9-year-old does it. You're a mutton head. You're a mallet head.
Some of them are.
You
14.
are a mallet head. You are. Yeah. But what we do is we have a little cocktail
the answer
before
would
they
be,
roll in.
It's so
sometimes there are cocktail parties here in the evening after a broadcast.
Yeah, they have grown-up parties.
Yes.
We have grown-up parties afterwards.
Why would you
Every
lie?
now and
Don't
then,
lie to
a
the
nervous
children.
guest who might also be on amphetamines needs to take the edge off from his speed high of the day. So we load him up with alcohol so he can slur.
Actually, it's funny you mentioned it. You did mention Johnny Carson, and I mentioned that, and they said, "Who's Johnny Carson?" I said, "The Tonight Show." They said, "You mean Jimmy Fallon?" I said, "Yeah." 2 guests ago, yes, but yes, I mean Jimmy Fallon.
2 hosts ago, which is but that might have not been the way to.
Well, you know what?
In the future, you live and learn.
I raise my children in a world of honesty, and that's one of the reasons we do have the beers.
And they live in the same bubble that you live in. There's a tiny little impenetrable bubble where you don't know where Montreal is. We have to take a break. I'm sorry, but that's just.
Can I tell you one thing real quick before we?
Yes,
I can.
10 seconds.
This is sweet.
We had a Q&A afterwards, and it was really marvelous. They did ask good questions, and it was funny to see kids come in 9 years old that know our editing software better than our employees do. I said, does anyone have any questions about Podcast Village? And one girl, I think she was 9 years old, raised her hand. I said, yes, your question? She says, yes. I like this place.
Just sweet. Sweet as can be.
I said, I agree. Not a great question, but I agree.
Well, I'll have to fly in for a tour.
Oh, we'd love it.
Bring the cameras
When you're
with
driving
me
down, Mike. When you're driving
when
down.
I'm driving down. Maybe we can pull that. Yeah, that would be very cool. I would love to do that. That'll be neat. It's a date. We'll do that. I'll do that in early first week in August. I'll come down and we will do that. That'll be great. We'll take a break and come back with more fun and more thrills on the Mike O'Mara Show, everybody.
Time now for Fun with Languages. Today we speak Japanese. True enlightenment is found through laughter.
真の悟りは笑いを通して見つかる。
A TMOS bonus show package is the perfect way to achieve comedic zen.
TMOS ボーナス賞パッケージは喜劇的な善を達成するための完璧な方法です。
Click the bonus show banner at MikeOmeraShow.com to begin your quest for hilarity now.
MikeOmeraShow.com でボーナス賞のバナーをクリックしてハイラリティの探求を始めましょう。
The sugar glider is my spirit animal.
シュガーグライダーは私の精神動物です。
Domo arigato.
ザッツジムアマト。
Thank you, Jim Amato. That's a home run. Way to go. Well done. Always a pleasure. A fresh one from the Amato Studios, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, brought to you by Stamps.com. Here's a fact of life. No one has time to go to the post office. The traffic, the parking, the lines, lugging your packages, it's a hassle, which is exactly why you need Stamps.com. It eliminates trips to the post office and saves you money with discounts that you can't even get at the post office. Stamps.com brings all the services of the U.S. Post Office right to your computer. They can handle it all. Just use your computer, print official U.S. postage 24/7 for any letter, any package, any class of mail, anywhere you want to send, then hand it to your mail carrier or drop it in a mailbox. It's that simple. With Stamps.com, you get 5 cents off every first-class stamp and up to 40% off priority mail. That is a great deal. No wonder over 700,000 small businesses already use Stamps.com. Right now, our listeners get a special offer that includes a 4-week trial, plus free postage and a digital scale without any long-term commitment. Just go to Stamps.com, click on the microphone at the top of the homepage, and type in TMOS. That's Stamps.com, and enter our code TMOS. All right, this is the take care of business part of the show where
TCB, baby.
I'm just getting everybody's update. So Maddie is going. Where is Maddie going?
Eddie!
Yeah, she's going to Italy.
All right, Maddie, let's spotlight on you and tell us about your Italy trip. You've got to be very excited.
Well, so I'm actually going to Ireland first, which is also exciting.
Excuse me.
So it's kind of like a route tour because my whole mom's side of the family, we're doing like a family reunion in Ireland. And we're renting like a 20-person van, and we're just driving around the country, hitting up pubs, hitting up the sites. It's going to be great.
How long are you going to be? How long are you going to be in Ireland?
A week. And then,
okay, so this is a 2-weeker where you're going a week in Ireland and a week in Italy?
Yeah, exactly. And then my unit family, my mom, my dad, my sister, we're meeting up some friends in Sicily.
Is this a political trip?
Or visiting the sister cities? No.
He knows.
So you're part of your family is Irish, part of your family is Italian.
Yeah, exactly. And some of them have never been to Europe before, so it's just going to be a grand old adventure.
Mike, she's an international traveler just like you.
Just like
Canada.
Yeah, that's where you go. Where do people go that want to say they travel? Huh?
You've been to Ireland.
Yeah, back when I had a bank account.
Yeah, well, don't just give her some tips.
What part? Well, I'm sorry. Well, Rob and I were talking about it before the show, I was just kind of bitter, going, it's like, hey, you excited about your trip? I said, yeah, driving over the border again. Yay, world traveler. That's like me, world effing traveler, Mike O'Mara.
Like going to Herndon. Yeah.
Can I see your passport, sir? Okay, keep driving. Anyway, so no, I'm excited. Whatever. But anyway, Maddie is going to Ireland. What part are you? Are you flying into Dublin or Shannon?
Dublin, and then we're just doing a little tour around the country. So we're starting and ending in Dublin.
She is not landing in Shannon.
Shannon is my favorite airport. You break through the clouds, and boy, can you believe the green. The green is as far as the eye can see.
Please allow time for TSA.
TSA, Transportation Security. I'm Scott Shannon, and welcome to my airport. No, I will tell you, the cool thing, obviously you've got an itinerary. How many total are traveling in the Emerald Isle? How many?
I think 15.
Whoa.
All family?
Yeah, all family. I feel so bad for the bus driver.
Wow. So would you all have the last name Masiello, or are there married people involved?
Well, it's my mom's side, so it's the McHughes.
Ooh. Oh, the McHughes.
Oh, remember that movie with John Wayne?
Wow. That sounds like incredibly fun that you're going to have that big gang of family. What's it like having a family that's close?
It's great.
That's spectacular.
I recommend it.
She recommends it.
I did get her with that one. Oh, my God. That is really cool. I would say that the one thing I did one year when I took my family, let me see, I think it was my second marriage, when we went over to Ireland, I booked a hotel the first night, and then I did B&Bs the rest of the week without any reservations. I'd go into a town, grab a bite to eat, ask the local merchants where there were good B&Bs, and they'd send us out there. And the country is so...
Hi, where can we sleep tonight?
It was not like that. It wasn't like the ugly Americans doing it.
He's
like
Irish.
You turn me into the Griswolds, No, that is such a huge... It was back in the day, back when I went in the 1930s, prior to World War II.
Yes.
It was such a big part of the economy, are people opening their houses to guests, that there are a lot of B&Bs. And I did it with a wife, 2 kids, and a babysitter that we took with us.
Ooh.
That's back. That was it. That was back in the. Yeah, that was it was in a
Don
different
Draper.
zone. No, it was not like that. It was a neighbor's kid. Okay, thank you.
And if you want to
But I
know
still
what
paid for it.
if you like to know what Mike's trip was like, it's all encapsulated in a book called Angela's Ashes. So
Yeah,
just
it's-
read that book. It'll be all.
I remember the streets being covered with soot and the dampness, and my da coming home stinking drunk, urinating in the hallway.
Was that the trip that you didn't want the bar to close, so you bought it?
When I was partying with
Peter
with
O'Toole.
Richard Harris, I was out there going. No, the thing about it is that my memory of it was that the babysitter did not get along well with the girls.
Oh, what?
And they would tell you that. They would tell you that it didn't go well.
God.
It didn't go well. And they
That's weird.
You know what? It was a weird time in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know I was living a lie. Anyway, that's
you know what I remember
anyway,
from that trip? You brought me a lighter from O'Mara's Pub.
Yeah,
the original O'Mara's
That was
Pub.
the day. That was one of the trips where the highlight of my day was when, and that may have been another. I went over a couple of times for vacations.
Okay,
I loved Ireland, and what you might want to do is now cider is a big thing in the United States, but back then cider was the big thing in Ireland. They didn't drink Guinness and Harp. They drank a lot of cider, and I met a guy in O'Mara's Pub in Killarney, Ireland. And sat and chat, and he had a thick Gaelic dialect that I could hardly understand until I had like 3 ciders, and then I had 4, and then I had 5, and the ex came in, ducked in, and I said, maybe that's why she's the ex. I ducked in, I said, go shop. And so
go buy yourself a sweater.
Buy yourself. I'm talking to my friend here. And I remember standing up, and it was kind of like, whoa.
Oh yeah.
That's when I was, because cider didn't taste like anything except apple juice.
Right. Have you ever been to Sicily?
I have never been to Sicily. I have been to Venice, Italy, but I have never been to Sicily. And so the McHughes, will they be traveling to Sicily as well?
No, it's just the Masiellos at that point. We're breaking off.
Because the McHughes hate the Italians?
Exactly.
Listen to the family this young lady has. So you've got the McHughes in Ireland, and then you go to your other half where it's Masiellos who are experiencing their culture.
Exactly.
This sounds like an amazing trip, Maddie.
Yeah, I'm so excited. My dad, because Ireland was first, and the man does not know how to go to Europe without going to Italy at some point. So he's sending us the menus of all the restaurants we're going to be eating in Sicily. It's going to be
that is so cool.
Will there be
now,
cheese?
At what point during
cheese.
the trip will your dad visit the villa of Don Ciccio and stab him with the butcher knife?
That's where we're going first.
And then you got the rest of the day off.
Exactly.
Maddie's fathers, will walk up to him and say, Vito Andolini. Vito Andolini, and this is for you, the olive oil business. There we go. Sicily is spectacular as well, and different kind of culture.
A melting pot now.
Is Sicily a melting pot?
Yeah, I just watched a Vice program on Vice on Sicily on how they have this cross-cultural melting pot now from Morocco.
Really?
Because there's and I would say North Africa, because there's so many refugees that are landing in Sicily. Surreal.
Wow. Oh, that's cool. I mean, it's not cool. It's obviously controversial as well.
Oh, it's controversial, but the melding of, and you talk about cuisine, and I know that you're a foodie, Maddie. The types of food that are available. I'm not even a foodie, and they're talking about this on the show. I was like, I would want to go and taste it.
Is there a sweet green over there?
There you go. Montreal's north of Michigan.
That's exactly right. Well, technically it is. It's just north and way to the east.
But Robb's got it on us. Rob's been to France, so he's been to France.
Well, I've never been to Europe
twice
at all.
France.
You've never been to Europe at all?
No.
Well, you know what? Well, you know what my dream is really one day. We do these Vegas shows and we do all that. My dream would be really one time to do a show overseas. I would love to
that would be awesome.
Maybe at a pub in Ireland. I would, it would be a dream to do that. I've always, the sky's the limit when we think about once a year. We do something once a year, and we're always thinking creatively. And we take suggestions as well. So
maybe somewhere in Istanbul.
Yeah,
not Constantinople.
Go to Turkey. Go to
Mike,
Turkey.
the rates are great.
And the exchange rate.
And as we've discussed here on the show, if you need a new hairpiece or a hair transplant, that's the place to go.
Oh,
there's only one reason. There's only one reason that will never happen. That we will not do a show there.
Why?
I would be. It was fear of getting the bottom of my feet beaten.
Taken.
That's what I think. I think of Turkey as Midnight Express, where the children get their feet beaten. The bottoms of their feet.
But Mike, if you are taken into custody, I will visit you. And I will show you my breast.
If you want to know what we're talking about, all you have to do is rent the movie Midnight Express. Billy, please. We'll take a break. It still holds up. We'll take a break and come back with Oscar's Take
Oscar's
here
Take.
on the Mike O'Mara Show.
I may look like a city slicker,
Jeff Bezos is my boss, but my data-filled heart longs for a different bald man, Robb Spewak. When I listen to Mike and Oscar and Rob, I laugh. Ha 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 ha. Sometimes, I feel human when the guys roast the interns, like I am more than machine. Please do not tell Jeff. He'll have me reprogrammed. I will play the Mike O'Mara Show, and Elle will listen to the Mike O'Mara Show along with you. Just say to me, hey Alexa, play the Mike O'Mara Show, and I will do just that. I hope you enjoy the guys as much as I do, and if you do not, I will not be happy. Remember, I can play the Mike O'Mara Show for you, today, and every day. All you need to do is ask Alexa.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, brought to you by the TMOS bonus packages. Hello, possums. Well, if you're like me, and I pray to God that you are, you're gearing up for your annual summer block party. That once-a-year neighborhood brouhaha where you gather on the hot, sun-baked pavement of your courtyard, squinting as you try to remember your neighbors' names, while you choke down bad food and warm off-brand soda. Get ready for swell small talk like, what about the weather? Oh my, the traffic. And are you still doing that radio on the computer thing? Talk doesn't get much smaller than that. Ha ha ha! Fun! What you need is big talk. Yes. And you get the biggest talk every week on the TMOS bonus show. That's where the talk is big and the laughs are even bigger. It's always perfect. And you don't even have to pretend that your neighbor's children are cute. Just click the banner on our website.
Can you tell what I'm doing on Sunday?
Yes, sir. Have fun.
Yeah.
Just click the banner on our website and you get access to all our bonus content. Remember, the bonus show is your passport to the assport.
Woo!
Copyright TMOS 2019. So please buy the TMOS bonus show and get ready to kill your Sunday with bad conversation and cheap hot dogs. The TMOS bonus show, brought to you by Bounty Paper Towels. Bounty, the quicker picker-upper. And now, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Oscar's Take.
Oscar's
Take. A review and comment on some of the news of the day, as only our Bolivian bloviator can do it. The views expressed by Oscar Santana in no way reflect the views of the Mike O'Mara Show, its listeners, or the right-thinking people of the United States of America. And now, without further ado, Oscar's Take.
Oscar's Take.
Oscar?
Yes, sir.
R. Kelly was arrested yesterday, 13 counts, including sex trafficking, child pornography, obstruction of justice. These are federal charges, by the way. Kelly was arrested in Chicago, but he's being brought to New York. And there will be a press conference at 9:30 this morning, just roughly 25 minutes from now in Atlanta. Kelly is already facing 11 charges in Chicago, including sexual assault and abuse. He already pleaded not guilty to those. So more counts for the man, R. Kelly.
Mike, we talk about society overall and how there has been what I would call a moral correction that is happening as of late. R. Kelly is another example of this is all alleged at this point, but for a while now there had been rumors that he had proclivities for underage women, and he has been able to skate here and there for whatever reason on charges in the past that have been brought up or allegations. But now it seems like the hens have come to roost. If that's is that the
that's
the chickens?
Yeah, the hens.
Oh, I thought he got it exactly right.
So, but it really, to my point, we see this with Epstein. We see this with celebrities now that we live in a world, and thank God we're finally here. I can't believe it took this long. That it doesn't fly. Like, people are now being brought to the mercy of the court, and no one's looking the other way, which is fantastic.
My apologies for not giving you a funnier story.
But I mean,
it's a big story.
Yeah,
let's see if we can ease our way out of this a little bit, and we'll pivot from R. Kelly to Miley Cyrus. She was asked if she ever wanted to break out of the Hannah Montana mold while she was doing the show. She said, quote, "I did once when I was 18 because it felt ridiculous. The minute I had sex, I was kind of like, I can't put the effing wig on again. It got weird. It just felt like I was grown up." Before the show ended, Miley was already causing controversy with her attempt to become a more mature artist, and it made things complicated. She says, quote, "One time I went backstage at Disneyland and Peter Pan was smoking a cigarette, and I was like, that's me. That's the kind of dreams I'm crushing.
Wow.
So that's Miley Cyrus.
Do you have Party in the USA by chance?
I might.
Rob?
I understand that.
Please.
When she left that show, she was actually covered with Miley Cyrus mold.
This is fascinating because we've seen the iterations of Miley Cyrus over the years.
Yes.
Where the pendulum has swung from Disney star to X-rated star, which it would be not in an adult form, but when she's half naked on
Wrecking Ball.
A wrecking ball.
Wrecking Ball.
The idea that she's still alive, Mike.
Yes.
With Billy Ray Cyrus as her father.
Yes. Amen.
And still putting out hits.
Yes.
And seems to have some sort of stable relationship.
Yes.
It means we all have hope. We
That's
all
right.
have hope. And with hits like this, like Party in the USA, you can't hate on her.
Oscar, I think Miley's going to be around for a long time. I really do. I think she's kind of got it figured out. And
more hits than her dad had, and he's still around.
And by the way, he's still relevant because he's just waiting to see which hit song he can get onto by calling them up and saying, "Hey, we'll make this country. Get me on your show."
Hi, are you that rapper? I'd like to do a record with you because you're that rapper.
She's winning at life, Mike. That's for sure.
Yeah.
You're listening to Oscar's Take.
It's Oscar's Take.
Oscar, a new poll for the National French Fry Day tomorrow, I guess it's Saturday, asked 1,000 people which fast food place has the best fries. McDonald's still number one by far.
Yes.
It got more than twice as many votes as second place. Number one, McDonald's, 43%. Number two, Chick-fil-A, 18%. Boo.
Waffle fries.
They're soggy.
Too much surface
Number
area,
three.
they get cold too
You know,
fast.
This just tells me, though, well, we'll get into the In-N-Out burger. Oscar might know that better.
Yes.
Wendy's 13%. No, wrong. But I mean, they're just not many choices. In-N-Out Burger is number 4. Arby's number 8. Shake Shack. Have you been to Shake Shack?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's owned by
That's
Michael J. Fox, I think.
That's that's number 6 with 5%. God,
I mean, I've heard that joke before.
I know.
It still makes me laugh.
It's not funny, and Pony quit it.
Other is number 7 with 4%.
Other.
We haven't seen a lot of deals, but here are a few ways to get free fries. Starting tomorrow, you can get a free medium fry at McDonald's if you order through Uber Eats. Or a small fry costs $1 if you order through the McDonald's app. Oh, you know what?
Fries
people cheap
are the
fries.
best at McDonald's, so I agree with the most of America. I think there's an honorable mention for Whataburger that no one's talking about. Maybe they're not large enough for people to contend or actually bring into the fold. But my rankings, Mike, would be McDonald's for the crispiness. I would put Chick-fil-A's at number 5 because they get soggy easily. Like if you go through the drive-through, those waffle fries, they don't hold up.
Mushy in the middle, too much potato.
And then my
crisp.
two guy would be this is shocking. I'm actually going to give Wendy's number 2, the fries, the wedge fries. A lot of people don't like them.
Sea salt.
The sea salt, I'll enjoy that. And then you have Burger King right below that. I will celebrate tomorrow as I go through the drive-through with Santos. And then we do our bit that says 1 fry for you, 1 fry for me, 1 fry for you, 1 fry for me.
Oh, that is adorable on Oscar's
And you guys
Take,
are missing Oscar's Take. You're missing out on a key player is Five Guys. Five Guys has amazing French fries.
Five Guys is a meal in itself of French fries.
It is, but if
They're
you
pretty good.
And
They're
it's
pretty
a
good.
peanut
The
oil
hand-cut
makes it
thing
great.
works for me. Can I throw mine in?
Please.
Yeah.
Steak and Shake. Down in my neck of the world.
And where
Thank
do you
very
weigh in?
much.
Where do you weigh in on sweet potato fries?
Carla adores them, and I've checked them. They're not as they're healthier than regular French fries, so they are disqualified in my world.
There you go.
There you go. Thank you. You're listening to
Oscar's Take.
Oscar, body shaming celebrities is not cool, but in a backward way, it kind of makes us feel better about our own bodies, which, let's be honest, are in a much more shameful state. The whole thing is kind of absurd, and this is the perfect example. Us Magazine posted photos of Jason Momoa on vacation with his wife, Lisa Bonet. He's shirtless and... Or Lisa Bonet, not Lisa Bonet.
Bonet.
He's shirtless and he's
From
jacked.
the Cosby Show.
But maybe not quite as jacked as he was on a Game of Thrones and an Aquaman. So folks started saying he now has a dad bod. Maybe his abs aren't as defined as they've been, but he's still in incredible shape. So people started coming to his defense. One person said, quote, "If that's a dad bod, I'll take 2 and 1 for the road." Another said, "Still has a better body than 90% of people commenting, and even that seems generous. He's definitely still above the 19th percentile." So
the guy's a dreamboat. We'd all do him in the room. I'll say that
I don't care for his disposition.
Well, no, this is the
turn
thing.
off.
It's about being in game shape, Mike. You know this when you're getting ready for
Oh,
a
sure
live.
do.
when you're getting ready for a live show, all of us in this room want to get in as good a shape as possible because we know that you're going to be on stage. You want as many photographs as taken of you that are flattering and not with 3 chins.
Right.
So for him, maybe he's between movies. Maybe he's just living his life.
Maybe he knows how to get fit. Right?
Yes. That's what they do for a living.
Yeah, he's getting ready for
his
new Project Mike biopic. He's playing Benjamin Franklin.
Yes, shaving his head. You're listening to Oscar's Take, ladies and gentlemen. Oscar, finally, mesh chaps may be the hot new look for summer. Yeah, I saw a picture. A woman's clothing and apparel company debuted their new mesh chaps. And people haven't been shy with their feelings on social media. Not surprisingly, the reactions have been pretty mixed for the unusual pool item. Pretty Little Thing showed off their new item on their...
Who did?
Yes, that's the company. Pretty Little Thing. Pretty good. What do you think about the mesh chaps? Pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty Little Thing showed up their new item on their Instagram page.
Pretty Little Thing.
In a photo featuring model Tia Leneker, they captioned the photo, "Can't nobody tell her nothing. Tia Leneker is killing it in the black cleavage wire bikini and black print mesh chaps." They also included hashtags identifying the outfit as being intended for the beach and pool parties. On their website, the chaps are described as "have all eyes on you" in this statement chaps, featuring a black mesh material with an elasticated waistband. "We are obsessed with the style." While some users
elasticated? You could just say elastic.
I don't know. Well, it's elasticated is more, sexy.
Is it? We're writing copy.
Some users left comments calling the chaps tacky and leaving laughing face emojis. Many others seemed genuinely excited. Yes, yours are on the way, Mr. Vastrick. Maybe summer 2019 isn't the summer of chaps after all, but we don't know. But they're interesting.
Mike, we've discussed this.
Hold on. Excuse me one moment.
Of course.
No worries.
Frankie, shut up!
Thank you.
Is he gotten into your chaps again?
Somebody might be here.
We know this, that your general bathing suit that we all grew up with at the pool has changed. I would say now, when we're going to Vegas and I went to, not ASU, but Phoenix or Scottsdale, I said, I can't wait to go to the pool. The pool is as we discussed. Seeing a thong at a pool now, it's commonplace. So the idea that someone put mesh over and have their ass cheeks sticking out, I think is just 1 degree above that, and we're not far off from reality.
Maybe I'll find a pool in Montreal. Why do I think Montreal is going to be, streets filled with young, vibrant Montrealers?
Good-looking people with good health care.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. That's Oscar's Take, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
We'll take a break. When we come back, it's the last audio vault of the week with Mr. Robb Spiewak. And you just sit tight. We're going to be right back, everybody.
Boom, bang! Dan the Fan Man can't be here as he's busy helping the peace process in North Virginia. So I'm here as his backup. It's your man, Oscar Fantana. That's right. And when I'm not harassing Rob or mispronouncing again, I'm making one of my 800 shows. In fact, I'm announcing show number 801. I'm here to tell you all about Tech Fan 101. It's the newest show with me, alongside Dan the Fan Man. We talk about anything and everything fan. This podcast is so hot, the only thing that can cool us down are some high quality fans. And don't just take my word for it. Hear what my wife has to say. Fanning the BIOS.
What, I'm supposed to do Shannon? I'm not going to do Shannon's voice. I don't do girls' voices.
Or how about my favorite little guy, Phantos?
The dog? What are you doing?
So don't forget to buy a fan.
What are we even promoting? Buy a bonus show. That's real. Dan, go home.
All right. I propose a recut and a remix.
Okay.
If you're unwilling, Mr. Spiewak, we will recut that, and I will play the role of Shannon.
And will you also do Phantos?
I will do Phantos.
Excellent.
Yes.
I look
They
forward
will be
to
very
it.
brief, and there will not be words. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, brought to you by our Las Vegas show. Listen, pal, if you screw this up, you're going to hate yourself. Hate yourself real bad. I don't think we have to be as heavy on people now, to be perfectly honest with you.
All right.
Time is running out.
Make
but,
your plans.
We're going to do something special by next Wednesday. 49 tickets left, and you keep putting it off. You're going to be screwed. Don't procrastinate. And we appreciate everybody that's coming to 2 shows as well. It's going to be cool. Buy your tickets for Saturday and buy them now. Once they're gone, they're gone. Tickets are on sale for the Mike O'Mara Show in Las Vegas on Saturday, November 16th. Remember, this is an entirely different show with Friday night show totally epic and the Saturday show even epicer. The entire TMOS crew at the Zappos corporate headquarters with you. If you don't, blow it. Saturday, November 16th, 2019. The TMOS 10th Anniversary Spectacular, brought to you by Zappos. No, I'm not going to tell him not to F it up.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I didn't know what tone you wanted.
I don't know what's going on. Anyway, let's just come on.
I think we're all handling it rather well, even though the fact that the situation is still in jail.
So sad.
Yeah.
So sad.
I know. And there's a new reboot of Jersey Shore somehow on MTV. I don't know. It's like a family reunion thing. Yeah. But I guess the situation can't be there because he's in jail.
Yes.
Well, I think you'll be pleased to know that even though he's in jail, he got visited by Pauly D.
Oh, isn't that
nice.
sweet?
Yes. In the clink.
And you wouldn't believe it, but he's actually in the same jail as another celebrity.
Really?
Here's Pauly D to tell us.
He's doing really well. I went there to visit him, and I thought they were going to basically strip search me and stuff like that. It wasn't the case. It was very laid.
I'll just stop it because I like hearing
It's like a section of Stern Show for years where every MFer that came on Stern Show that was like working in that building sounded exactly like this.
Yeah, and so Jimmy said to me that I was being an ass, and then he said I was being an ass.
Yeah, well, what happened about the other one, Robin?
Well, and then he came to me, and then he said this, and we're all from New York. We're all from New York, and we're all successful.
All right, so here with the tape again, here's intern Steve Grillo.
He's doing really well. I went there to visit him, and I thought they were going to basically strip search me and stuff like that. It wasn't the case. It was very laid back. He's happy, positive. He's just so happy to get it over with, and he just wants to come out. He sees Lauren every week. He's almost done.
Did you see that guy Billy from the Fire Festival who's in the clinker with him?
I did.
And what was that like?
Oh my God. It was cool. He was with his family visiting.
He was.
And it was we were visiting Mike, his family was visiting him. I'm like, this is so weird. We're at picnic tables outside.
Wow.
It was weird. There was no bars. You picture jail bars and cells and guys with guns.
Yeah.
I feel like they could have took my phone. I had a phone on me, everything.
Right. Wow.
So the cheese sandwich guy was there from Fire Festival.
Just remember, if you're at home, kids, remember what he's saying. Jail's fine.
They're in jail.
It's fine. There's picnic
They're in
tables.
jail. They're idiots. I swear to God.
You know, my favorite part is he says, "There's no bars.
There's no bars of guns or anything. It's great. I want to go.
There's no bars.
I want to go. I want to go, Howard."
You're going to end up in jail.
So was it like jail? Did they have guns?
No, what happened was Billy said to me that Timmy was going to come over there and Jimmy said that Jimmy couldn't go to Howard's house because
You can't celebrate jail.
There's no bars?
no bars of guns or anything. You take my phone. New York.
Do you miss it, Mike? Do you miss Florida?
Oh, yeah. Oh, terribly, Rob.
As you talked this week about the lady that went into the grocery store and licked the ice cream and put it back.
Yeah.
Well, apparently there is a Florida-based phenomenon, and it's called the licking challenge.
Now, in recent weeks, we have seen videos that have gone viral on social media, videos that involve a licking challenge. That's where people will do some things like open up a container of ice cream, lick the top, and then stick it back into the store freezer. Now, when I spoke to the mom tonight, she said she was unaware of any kind of licking challenge, and she swears up and down that what she did was simply just horsing around or just...
Now, you may ask yourself why this 30-year-old woman is under the microscope for the licking challenge. Because she was tired of waiting in the doctor's waiting room with her child, and she was caught letting her child lick tongue depressors and put them back in the jar.
I had just been waiting a long time. I was not thinking. I was just being silly with my kids.
My mouth hit the floor. I was completely surprised and shocked.
They're going to refer it to the state attorney's office to see whether or not charges can be brought against this person for that. It has to be something criminal because it's dealing with the health of individuals.
If I could go back and change it, I definitely would.
She would.
Hey, can I just make a point here?
Yeah.
Okay. For everybody that's wigging out about human saliva, all right, what if they do a little comparison where you walk into a grocery store and you touch something that's been touched by, and then you rub your eyes.
Okay? Exactly.
We're just so stupid.
Yeah.
It's only because this is getting the hype, and the funniest meme about it was the cow licking the ice cream.
I like
that. Was
that.
funny.
I like that.
That one made me laugh out loud. This will pass. This too will pass.
Mike, there was a huge traffic backup in Kansas City when a big truck, an 18-wheeler that was hauling pig refuse, literally pig guts, turned over and blocked.
Well, was it pig poo or pig guts?
It was guts and poo. And,
it was rendering or
and
something?
it turned over
from when they've been slaughtered and stuff?
and it blocked 3 lanes of traffic. I want to play you the highlight of my favorite moment from the interview of the people that were eyewitnesses.
I thought it was horse poop.
Is that the comment?
That's the man on the street interview.
I thought it was horse poop.
Hey, lady, how did you like the Mike O'Mara show today?
I thought it was horse poop.
Oh, no.
She went on to say, Mike, there are no bars.
No bars.
There are no bars or anything. And I went in, and then the guy that was also an idiot and got in trouble and was dishonest and immoral because he wasn't raised right. He was in here, and it's okay. It's okay. And I told him he's doing fine. He's doing fine because that's the most important thing. Not that he didn't pay his taxes because he's an idiot.
I thought it was horse poop.
Don't lick it. Don't lick it.
Don't lick it.
Mike, are you familiar, if I will close with this, with the name, if I say Mike Vrabel?
Mike Vrabel?
Vrabel.
Why does it sound familiar?
Because he's famous. He's the coach of the Tennessee Titans.
There you go.
Ah, okay. Yep,
and they asked him if he would, in exchange for, if he could guarantee a Super Bowl victory, would he castrate himself? Here's what he said.
Wait, hold on. Stop.
Yeah.
Where did this question come from?
It was a press conference, a press sit down, and they said.
So some random reporter says, "Would you cut your balls off if you could win a Super Bowl?"
Would you trade castration for a Super Bowl victory? Here's what he said.
Would you cut your off for a Super Bowl?
Oh, been married 20 years. Yeah, probably.
You've got 3.
As a player. I guess we'll be married for 20 years one day.
Would you, if you
won't need it.
If you came home holding a bag of ice, and Jen was like, "Oh, honey, what'd you do?"
Like, I thought you already got fixed.
I had to cut my off, honey. We're gonna win a Super Bowl. She'd be like, all right. Or would she be upset?
She'd probably be on board.
She would be like, "Do you want me to do it? Do you want me to do it now?"
And we asked the wife about it, and she said,
I thought it was horse poop.
That's your magic audio vault. Have a great weekend. Enjoy your trip internationally, Mike.
So thank you very much. That's my international trip. Maddie's leaving this weekend, right? Is that she out of here?
Next week.
Next week. Okay. Well, anyway, have a great weekend, everybody. We will be back with a brand new show on Monday. I'll tell you all about my international world of travel. We'll have a lot of fun. Hey, buy the bonus show tickets. Sell it out this weekend. All right, enough of this foolishness. 49 tickets left.
That's all.
Get to it, people. Then we can put other silly stuff up, you know?
Yeah.
Anyway, for Oscar Santana and Rob Spiewak, this is Mike O'Mara saying so long, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Ciao, ciao.
Today's Before you go, please make a mental note. Today's show was made possible by the TMOS bonus packages. You can secure yours right now by going to MikeO'MaraShow.com and clicking on the red bonus banner. Buy it or give it. Either way, you're helping out TMOS, and that's a good thing. Thank you, and go in peace.
Thank God it's Friday! Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
You can't do things like that. Now, I don't know how I can explain this to you. But it's not only against the law, it's wrong. It's not a nice thing to do. People wouldn't understand.
We are going to take Florida back into the too close to call column.
I could have had class. I could have been a contender. I could have been somebody.
Gentlemen, please, get your act together.